Alistar ban over Morgana is very curious for me to see. Now, Morgana would still be strong here. The Black Shield only works on one person. Theoretically, you can get in there and knock back the other. And there is 2 threats on this comp on blue side this time for Kingzone when they were running the 1-threat Scion comp in game number 2. Safety in top lane, and then the support Kingzone need to decide in the second round.
Gonna have to block something for the top lane. Gnar seems like the obvious choice. They'll put more thought into it, as seems like the foregone conclusion is going to be locked in. What will it be in the top lane for Khan? Question left remaining zone.
Something safe is what the Jace is available in this game, and he hovers it. The famous pick here, undefeated on the year. He's going on Jace.
This could be the last game, and Khan wants to go with the bang, saying, "Got Keen, you got a solo kill on me. Let me show you my Jace."
Khan says, I can't have Cho'Gath into a tank. I'm going hyper carry. He's for himself, but now Keen jumps onto the deal to try to answer the 1v1, but it's Khan's Jace, and the crowd explodes.
What a series of events here in the pick and ban. Hey, get off your phones. Look at the screen. We got a crazy pick and ban. This is Camille up inside.
And you know what Kingzone are saying? We've had enough of team fighting. Now it's all about the side lanes. Talia hits one side lane. Jace with some items hits a side lane. And then Kai'Sa can do our best Vayne impression from a couple of years ago and look for an all-in in the 1v1 as well. She will save clearing, but if you're caught in transition, suddenly Talia, Jace, and Kai'Sa are coming, and you're dead.
Not sure who he was trying to imitate there. Maybe I would have to say, saying smooth with the glasses. Either way, we have the field set now. The battleground is set for game number 4. Kingzone on match point. They go for the carry. Finally, Khan gets a chance to unleash himself, but Keen has shown that he can fight this guy 1v1.
There's fighting Khan, and there's fighting Khan on the Jace on this team. Longzhu Gaming into Kingzone DragonX. He has lost once on Jace. 15-1 coming into this game. They don't always prioritize it. They're picking it here and saying, Keen, you want to fight fire with fire? Good luck with Khan's Jace.
So much pressure onto that bit of a rookie in the top side in Keen. Having some of the least experience, perhaps him and Mowgli. Mowgli jumping onto the Gragas, the pick that Spirit looks so strong on in game number 1, saying, I can do it just like my Hyung. Let me show you. I'm gonna take down Peanut as well on the Gragas. Forgoes the Trundle to take that pick as well. Kuro going back to safety with the Azir, and everybody's really curious, can the Kog'Maw do it as well up against the Kai'Sa? Let's jump into game number 4 and find out. All right, hold the phone here. Mowgli taking some damage in the jungle. No fan cheers yet. Okay, we'll let you do it now.
And one more. Always a bit chilling to hear those huge fan crowds. They're loving this timer come in. The countdown, of course, very common at Riot events, but much more different here at Spo TV. Very, very early invade topside, not wanting to give Gragas a free jungling phase like Gragas did earlier in this series. Spirit having a wonderful game earlier today, game number 1. And I want to talk about this pick ban because in some ways the Jace comes out of left field because both teams seem to be erring back towards strong front lines, looking for fights, looking for the 5v5. They see the Kog'Maw draft. They consider their options. Once the Gragas is locked in, they decide they don't want a team fight. There may be too many tools for Afreeca. And Kingzone were only going one area, and that's the jugular. You go for the Jace, saying, we can close the series if we get a lead through the Jace. Early trading off fantastic for Khan, but this is very much, we want to close this series before game 5 pick by going for the blind pick Jace, knowing that Keen only has a few options available.
Yeah, certainly looking confident so far, at least at the level 1. Things should eventually change. We've heard legends of Khan's Jace. We casted him multiple times throughout the season. And we finally get to see it return in the finals. I thought it would just be forever banned or looked over by Khan, but he brings it back. so much pressure onto Keen. I can only just imagine being in the booth and as a rookie trying to go up against one of the best top laners in the world in a carry matchup like this.
And the wonders of these best-of-5 series, it always seem to have their own meta. First time we're seeing Kingzone on patch 8.6 is the biggest surprise of the draft is not how Khan got Jace, it's how Prey got Kai'Sa again. Kai'Sa on the day, 4 games in a row. 20 kills already to his name. 3 games into the series. Let's look at damage dealt numbers, Sejuani. She's having a tough one, Valdez.
Yeah.
And what's Tucson doing?
Interesting timing before 3 minutes to throw that one up, but I guess, you know, got to mix it up from time to time. Keep the fans guessing.
But this Jace does come at the cost of really any hope at those mid to late game team fights. There's always things about timings. The reason that Kingzone are so good at the Jace, the reason that we have these memes about, honestly, most other teams going Jace. KT, I like their Jace. I think Kingzone have a great Jace. But it's not just NA Jace, basically every other Jace. That's kind of the meme for me is you need to be so good at playing your side waves to close games as Jace. But that's how Kingzone play. They give all their gold to their top lane. They're happy to have Prey be the lowest income AD carry in the world in a major region. They're happy to have him group, do his thing, usually on Ezreal, this time on the Kai'Sa. And then either you enter lane against Jace with 3 items and you die, or you lose free objectives to the Jace. So they're trying to go for the juggler with the aggressive pick, and it's fun to see it in this big winning game for Kingzone.
Yeah. Looking to strike back. Ooh, that was close. Nice devour. We were talking about how Tucson was having a little bit of trouble once it got later on in these fights with his devour, but at least looking good with it in the lane.
Kind of a struggle for him to be back on the Tom Kench. Knows what he needs to change from game number 3. Top lane, we're seeing a lane gank enacted by Peanut. There's some deep vision. He's seeing some pings towards Mowgli coming into mid. They don't know where Peanut is.
Peanut was edging his way towards the top side, decides he wants to come into the red side jungle of Afreeca now, try to find Mowgli.
Peanut kind of needs to play this game a lot. With hook shot, with the ultimate coming at level 6, if they can control red side jungle, Jace can just do his thing, get lots of auto attacks and poke onto both Keen and the turret. If they don't know where he is, an ultimatum into a Gragas and the squishy Jace is going to be dead. So top lane, red side control as much as possible is what Peanut is tasked for to allow Khan to do his thing.
Mowgli trying to help out. We've seen this before where Khan, when he pushes in so aggressively, the junglers try to fight up against it, but usually I feel like Khan just gets away with it. He pushes so aggressively, hits him under turret, and then the jungler still can't do anything.
The control ward there actually gets massive value because he knows that he's under no pressure of being ganked, so even low mana, happy to push in. An all-in attempted by Keen, but it's going to be a bit of poke. Damage v damage. What a refreshing change from some of our earlier games this series.
Keen hasn't blown his pot yet, so in the end of it all, Khan realizing, okay, I need to go back and buy. So Keen should have the push there, maybe bait out the teleport from Khan, and there it is.
Serrated Dirk Rush. We know what Khan is all about. Youmu's Ghost Blade expected here to force the ultimate to be used. The movement speed from the Youmu's to sidestep a hook shot. But the ultimate, of course, nothing can be done there. For now, good lane control in mid lane. We talked a bit about the pick ban chicken where
top lane really low. He's got his ultimate, but he's forced to flash away into the hook shot. Is he going to try to shock blast? The answer is no, as Keen was far enough away.
And that's what happens when you stay in lane against Jace with a Dirk and BDD. Actually going to force Keen to back. Doesn't even have to invest the ultimate. Buys a lot more time in the top side and should force the teleport as well.
Yeah. Even forces the smite out of Mowgli, which is just obnoxious at the end of it all. To get even more of a lead there. BDD winning the lane so far against Kuro, helping win lane and top side as well as the jungle. So winning in 3 places as once, it's got to feel pretty good.
Jace now has a flash advantage. They lose the control ward that was giving them a lot of information on Mowgli's pathing. But still, definitely set up some success is this Jace. And Peanut's back. He's got a bit of a tent on the top side.
Now these junglers, certainly with the carry versus carry matchup, you gotta always look towards the top side as it's just on a knife's edge. If you can get there and push it one direction, you're going to help out your team so much.
And to people, again, who may not have joined us for the entire season, this hasn't been Khan all season. He hasn't been pick, ban, Jace status. There's plenty of games where Jace was not banned and they didn't select it because Kingzone's thing with Peanut in the lineup, Valdez, is they've had the ability as 5 players to step up and be that hard carry, like Prey in the first 3 games of this series, but also step back. Khan has been on the gangplank. Everyone has taken the scaling side and also the proactive side of the matchups, and that's the reason that Kingzone instills so much fear to team around the world, is you can't ban out one person without 4 people getting exactly what they want at every moment. And having that mindset shift, having that trust in your teammates to allow anyone to be the carry on the day is what separates Kingzone from the rest.
Peanut coming in here, he's level 6 now, just ups the pressure in every single lane for Afreeca. We already have Kuro a little bit far behind, but now he's got to play even more passively, losing his control ward. Arguably getting a bit more